Do you see Mike winning or do you see Jake winning?
I don't know. It's all depending on how Jake fight, you know. I tell you what, cause somebody gonna tell him it's too crazy to be trying to get close to the guy. He gonna stay like that. Mike like, he get in and he curve up like this and snap out and get you.
A good large percentage would want to see you knock his block off.
I would not get into the ring with him unless he had no pulse, rigor mortis had set in. I would not mess with Mike Tyson. I don't care that he's 57. Do not mess with Mike Tyson.
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, like gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp. And I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. Opportunity has been ripped from all of us.
Culturally, you versus Jake Paul, like this young YouTuber takes on one of the greatest heavyweight champions that's ever lived. Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's a lovely guy. His brother's great too. Logan's a really nice guy. Please? That fight would be gigantic.
I think we can make more than $245 million, brother.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
He'll pop out on you. He get there too quick. But if you charge him, you're gonna smother everything. Because everything he push off his legs. He push off his legs so he too close. Like this, but if you give him room, I mean, everybody get knocked out going backwards. You give him in room, you're gonna be messed up.
Do you see Mike winning or do you see Jake winning?
Listen, like, that's crazy.
If Tyson dies, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, if you have something like that, if
that'd be the end of the
right.
Yeah, that'd be the end of that experiment.
Let's imagine it in a different way, right? Let's not imagine that Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul.
How do you call it a professional fight if the rules you're using are not professional rules? I just
maybe they're in the non-binary category, given that it's 8 2-minute rounds. I'm sure the women will be happy to see someone stepping down to the shorter rounds.
Yeah.
Let's imagine Mike Tyson is fighting some young, like really powerful knockout artist who's a contender.
What could happen?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's with the confidence the other guy. I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this. But you know he's gonna be a lot quicker. And if he stay close to Mike, his chance of winning gonna be great. But he try to stay back from Mike, he gonna get caught.
That Mike gonna make his money. I really do love that Mike is gonna make his money. But to me, it's some baby back BS, man. You got Jake Paul, who just fought some dude last weekend, was a minus 2,500 underdog to Jake Paul. It doesn't happen like that. This guy speaks of building himself as a true fighter. Him fighting a 57-year-old Mike Tyson doesn't do that. I don't love that outside of the fact that Mike gets to make some money. Jake seems to be going backwards, and I'm not a Jake Paul hater. I just don't like the matchup, and I also love Mike Tyson.
You don't get in these things if you don't believe you can win. I'm saying that's my whole thing. I ain't never fought when I ain't think I can win. Every time I ever got in the ring, I thought I was gonna win. I'm like, I'm gonna give my all. I'm like, so the whole big thing is that's the whole process of being a true fighter.
Hey guys, quick rundowns here, bringing you an in-depth breakdown of the highly anticipated boxing match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Today we're diving into the world of boxing legends, rising stars, and controversial opinions to analyze this showdown from all angles. From the thoughts of former champions to the predictions of seasoned analysts, let's explore what the experts are saying about this clash of generations. The announcement of Jake Paul, the YouTube sensation turned boxer, facing off against the legendary Mike Tyson has sent shockwaves through the combat sports community. Fans and critics alike are eager to see how this bout will unfold. The fight set for July 20th promises to be a spectacle, drawing millions of viewers worldwide, but beyond the hype, what do the pros think about this matchup? Lennox Lewis, a former heavyweight champion and one of Tyson's old adversaries, expressed his anticipation for the fight. Despite many cautions regarding Tyson's return to the ring, Lewis remains intrigued by the prospect. In an interview with The Guardian, Lewis stated, "I'm concerned for Jake Paul. Tyson still knows how to punch, as you can see when he's hitting a bag. If Jake Paul gets hit by one of Tyson's punches, he will definitely feel it." Lewis emphasized that Tyson moves forward and knows how to cut off the ring, questioning the strength of Paul's defense. "I saw Mike a couple of weeks ago and he looked good. He was walking around without a shirt and showing off his body, so he's getting ready. I'm looking forward to it because you've got to look at these guys as entertainers. The public loves them and wants to see them in action." British boxing icon Carl Froch, a former unified super middleweight champion, has thrown his support behind Tyson as well. Froch, renowned for his vocal challenges to Paul, remains skeptical about the ex-YouTuber's prowess inside the ropes. In an interview with Lord Payne, Froch stated, "I'm not worried about Mike Tyson. Jake Paul cannot fight. None of his knockouts are legitimate. His knockouts were against opponents who didn't know what they were doing." Froch added, "His technique, style, balance, offense, defense, the way he sets up his punches, he cannot fight. Mike is going to be absolutely fine." Esteemed pugilist and 5-division champion Sugar Ray Leonard has also weighed in on the forthcoming bout. In a conversation with a Fight Hype reporter, Leonard succinctly encapsulated his views on the impending clash. When asked about Tyson's fight and the age difference, Leonard said, "Put it this way, a lot of people are going to watch that fight. I'm one of them." Leonard, a former undisputed welterweight champion, emphasized the spectacle's allure, acknowledging that the public's fascination with live combat is a universal truth. When asked for advice for Tyson, Leonard remarked he doesn't need advice. Former undisputed world champion Evander Holyfield offered his thoughts on the match, delving into the stylistic dimensions of the potential fight. Holyfield contrasted Tyson's seasoned experience with Paul's youthful vigor. He underscored the pivotal role confidence plays in boxing, pondering how tactics and mindset could alter the dynamics of the bout. Holyfield emphasized the importance of maintaining the right distance while facing Tyson, citing Tyson's impressive speed and knack for exploiting opponents who keep their distance. He pointed out that if Paul stuck close to Tyson, his odds of victory would rise, since Tyson heavily relies on generating power from his lower body. However, lingering too far away would leave Paul vulnerable to Tyson's devastating counterattacks. Deontay Wilder voiced his worry that Mike Tyson would suffer significant injuries from Jake Paul's punches, even raising the possibility that Tyson might go into a coma. Wilder highlighted the serious dangers associated with boxing, especially for seasoned fighters like Tyson who might be past their best. He stressed that one mistimed punch could result in devastating outcomes. Wilder argued, "I think it's bad the commission has licensed Mike Tyson because he hasn't been active in 20 years. They should not just license him because of who he is. That's how people get hurt. God forbid he gets hurt." Wilder condemned the approval of the fight, seeing it as neglectful of Tyson's welfare. He added, "We can talk about the pros and cons, but at the end of the day, they don't care about Mike. If they did, they wouldn't sanction the fight." The renowned UFC double champion Daniel Cormier has also weighed in on the highly anticipated boxing showdown. Cormier initiated his analysis by scrutinizing the portrayal of the Tyson-Paul encounter as an authentic competition, expressing skepticism regarding its alignment with traditional boxing conventions. Despite his initial skepticism, Cormier conceded to the event's allure for entertainment, foreseeing a substantial audience draw irrespective of its classification as a professional fight. "Honestly, I don't even know how it's a fight. It's a weird deal, but yeah, I think it'll be fun. If Mike Tyson can fight the way he wants to, he's either going to knock him out or get caught with something that's going to get him knocked out." Former MMA fighter Michael Bisping provided an unreserved perspective on the upcoming match, delving into the genuine implications for both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Bisping suggested that Paul wouldn't secure a substantial victory from the fight and proposed that Paul should contemplate retirement from boxing altogether. If Jake Paul loses, listen, it's Mike Tyson, but still. Come on, 58 years old, right? Stop it. Never show your face again. Bisping believes that should Paul manage to defeat Tyson, it would likely become a subject of ridicule within the combat sports community. If Jake Paul knocks out a 58-year-old man, that's called elder abuse. You can't win here other than a lot of money. Renowned boxing coach Teddy Atlas joined the discussion, hinting that Paul and Tyson could have orchestrated the result of their imminent bout. Despite assurances of strict adherence to professional standards, rumors about potential manipulation continued to swirl. Atlas expressed skepticism about the legitimacy of the match, questioning its credibility due to the unorthodox rules being employed. If there's legitimacy to the effort, if there's legitimacy to the event, if the purpose is other than just making money, there's a chance Tyson can catch Paul and hurt him. Atlas pointed out the substantial age disparity between Tyson and Paul, raising concerns about Tyson's preparedness for the bout. The rules are 8 2-minute rounds, not 3-minute rounds, and 14 Oz gloves, not 10 Oz gloves. Normally, pro fights are with 10 Oz gloves and no headgear, which is normal for a pro fight. How do you call it a professional fight if the rules you're using are not professional rules? As the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson draws closer, the boxing world remains divided. With opinions ranging from intrigue and support to concern and skepticism, this bout promises to be a unique event in the history of combat sports. Whether Tyson's experience and power will triumph over Paul's youth and determination, or whether the fight will be remembered as a spectacle rather than a legitimate contest, only time will tell.
Like a butterfly, sting like a bee, chop you down like a tree, make you fall like a leaf.
And Mike Tyson's not gonna lose his reputation against some dude off the internet.
Now, if you go out there and beat him, people are gonna hate it's a career suicide.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one to stop me.
Jake Paul.
No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander.
Jake Paul. I like that shit. Yeah. But if that Mike Tyson from Marvis Frazier fought Jake Paul's dead. He's dead. He's not going to make it. So you have to say,
hey, I hope y'all keep that same energy when I knock this old man the fuck out.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky.
And you're apprehensive. And once you're apprehensive, it's over with.
Please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please.
Boy, he's going to regret that. And all the old guys are like pulling for him, like, come on, Mike, come on. One more. You got one more in you.
Hey, I'll do just that for you.
Even coming off the best, I still think he wins. Coming off...
It's hard to say because you never bet against a 27-year-old fighting a 58-year-old.
He didn't never knocked out a real man. Come on.
The ultimate taking on the baddest man on the planet.
You're fat, Jake. I saw him with his shirt off over there. He's fat. Did you start training already?
Jesus, so embarrassing. You know, I think in Mike Tyson's contract, there's a clause that says that he can't knock Jake Paul out. And I think the fact that they had to put that in the contract, I think that says a lot. You know what I mean? Because I bet in Jake Paul's contract...
He's not going to win. Look at, he couldn't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he going to knock me out? He didn't knock out Tommy Fury. What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't knock those little guys. How's he going to knock me out?
I don't want to live in a fucking world where Jake Paul knocked out Mike Tyson, where this little bitch managed to knock out one of the greatest fighters of all time. I'm not living in that world.
In the world of boxing, face-offs are often as much about psychological warfare as they are about physical preparation. When Jake Paul, a social media influencer turned professional boxer, stepped up to intimidate Mike Tyson, a figure legendary for his ferocity in the ring, it seemed less a genuine contest of wills and more a theatrical spectacle designed to drum up interest in their upcoming match. Jake Paul's attempt to intimidate Tyson during their face-off can be seen as a strategic move, albeit one that might strike observers as peculiar given the mismatch in their boxing pedigrees. Paul, known for his antics and ability to stir controversy, appears to be leveraging the only tool he might effectively use against a seasoned veteran like Tyson, the media narrative.
I have a weird personality. I don't think it's weird, though. Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it. And that's my personality.
By positioning himself as bold enough to square off against such a formidable opponent, Paul crafts an image of bravery and recklessness that appeals to his young fan base. However, to those familiar with Tyson's career, this act of bravado from Paul might seem almost laughable. That's all for today's breakdown. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses and updates on the latest in combat sports. This is Quick Rundown, signing off.